Hey, welcome to my journey into another meal prep. This is a high protein, low carb meal prep. These are recipes that I have made more than one time, recipes that I like, nothing new. I just wasn't feeling it. So for breakfast, we have scrambled eggs casserole, and we made this one with sausage. You can make it with bacon, Canadian bacon, whatever kind of meat you like. And then for lunch, we have Instant Pot cracked chicken. It's very good. Both of those are very good. And then I was not going to make a snack, but this came across my mind, and I thought, well, I got that Sola oatmeal bread that I was going to do with cream cheese. I thought, well, I can mix it up. I can do this, maybe that, and cream cheese and a little bit of that on top, whatever. But it's pumpkin spice puree, and it's with my homegrown pumpkin. So it's something that I found. I'll tell you on the video when I found it. But hold on. That was Criminal Minds coming unpaused on its own, and it's never done that. Paramount is messing up. Paramount Plus is messing up this morning. It's one of the worst apps on our TV that I've ever had. If Criminal Minds wasn't on it, I would have gotten rid of it. As soon as it started messing up, I would have just gotten rid of it. But Criminal Minds, that's the only place I can see it, so I do. In case you don't know, my routine for prep is I start Criminal Minds over from the beginning. So when I'm filming, I mute it. Pause it, and then when I'm doing stuff that's not on camera, I let it play. That's my routine, has been for how many years. And so what I was saying was, what was I saying? Oh, let me tell you this about the pumpkin puree. I did not measure it. I don't know how much it is. I don't know how much it makes. It might be on my recipe. I didn't notice. It's on my website. All three of these are on my website already. But I am not going to calculate it because I didn't measure it. I don't know how many tablespoons it is. And I think a tablespoon at a time, even 2 tablespoons at a time, with just pumpkin and sugar-free syrup, there's not going to be anything to it to matter. To me, there's not going to be calories to matter. There's not going to be, it'll have some fiber, but not much with the tablespoon. There is sugar-free. It has Truvia Sweet Complete in it. And I don't know how much carbs are in pumpkin, but it can't be that many in a tablespoonful. So that's why you're not going to see anything on the screen for that. I'm just counting it as a free condiment. That's how I'm counting it, because I'm not going to sit down and eat it with a spoon. If it was like a soup, something like that I was going to eat, then I would calculate it, but not this way. So anyway, that's what we're having this week. Sounds absolutely like a delicious week. I know it is because I've had it all. So all I know to say is let's turn around and get started cooking. We're going to start today by frying our bacon. The recipe says 4 thick slices, but this is like just what I have left from a recipe I made this week. And it was a half a pound. So I'm just going to say this is about 1/4 pound of bacon. But it's one of those things that you just do bacon to taste, because it's just sprinkled on top of our chicken dish. And I'm doing the bacon first because I'd rather have, because I believe in piggybacking the pan. If the flavors don't matter, I don't even wash it in between. I just use it. So frying sausage in a bacon grease pan is not going to be a tragedy. I just didn't want sausage flavor on bacon. I'd rather have bacon flavor on sausage. So when that gets through, we're going to go ahead and start frying up our sausage. Now, we only need a half a pound, but I'm going to fry the whole thing so I can have a half a pound ready in the freezer. All right, the bacon is done. I have it in here draining. I saved my little bit of bacon grease. Now we're going to cook our sausage. Well, I thought I cut it apart. Okay, now while this sausage is cooking, we'll keep checking on it because we got to crumble it up smaller than this. We're going to go over here and get our chicken going. This is our Instant Pot cracked chicken. You need a pound of chicken, which I'm thinking maybe that is. It's like 3 half breasts, because that's how we eat them. 1 1/2 breast cut into 3 pieces, or 2 breasts cut into 3 pieces. Yeah. Mine's frozen because I forgot to thaw it out. But the good thing about this is cooking long enough to cook the frozen chicken. So it doesn't matter. I have a half a cup of water in the bottom of the pot. I'm just going to give this some good old house seasoning, Paula Deen's. And then we just need to, oh, if I can get it going here, blob some cream cheese over the top, 8 ounce. I'm going to do this without you hearing me beat the side of that pan. Okay, now we're going to hit it with some onion powder. My recipe says a teaspoon, but I'm just feeling this. And some garlic powder. Oh, I forgot to get the salt. Ooh, boy, that come out of there, didn't it? Let me get the salt. You can do pepper too, but half the time I don't bother with it. Now we're going to put the lid on. Make sure the vent's closed, and we're going to cook it for 15 minutes. And when 15 minutes is up, we're going to let it do a natural release for 10 minutes. And we'll be back then. Got my sausage all cooked. We'll just take half of that. Now we need to scramble our eggs. I have 6 eggs in here. I just want to splash of milk and some salt and pepper. And we'll beat these up a little bit. This is one of my favorite breakfast casseroles. I've made it numerous times. Okay, I already have my pan over here heated up. So probably too heated as usual. This is just where I fried the sausage because sausage is going in this casserole. So it just does not matter. So we're just going to scramble them. See if they get little sausage brown bits. That's okay. Okay, I'm just going to soft scramble mine because they're going in the oven. So let me set this back just a minute because we need to weigh our cheese. You know, when I shred mine fresh, I like to weigh it instead of putting it in a cup because it just smashes down. You have to smash it down to get a good cup. So we just need 4 ounces. I'll try to shake it apart because we're going to split it. Bam. Oh, man. Bam. There we go. Look at it. Right on the money. So let's set this over here. And what we're going to do, let's slide back over. Turn that burner off, but it's still hot. We're going to put in our sour cream. This is a half a cup. Get it all. And 3/4 of our cheese. Okay, so I'm just going to stir this around to mix it up real good. Okay, now we need to add half of our sausage. So I'm just going to try to eyeball that. Ooh, that's a little hot. I think that's good. Let me rinse my hand off. I have my oven preheated to 350. So after we get this really well combined, let's slide back over. And you need a 2-quart baking dish. This is 2.5, but it will work. We just want to put that in there. And we're going to top it with the remaining cheese. This will bake in 350, like I said, for 30 minutes, uncovered. While the chicken and the breakfast casserole are working, we're going to make our pumpkin spice puree. You need a can of pumpkin. This is 2 cups of my homegrown pumpkin that I froze last year. To that we need a quarter cup of sugar-free, like, pancake syrup. I'm about to the end because I don't really use it anymore. So a quarter cup of that. Now the recipe, this is the recipe I found when I first started Weight Watchers in 2018. And so I've made it many times. It called for 5 packets of Splenda. Well, I never wrote down how much I put in it. So I'm going to use this Trivia Sweet Complete. I'm going to put about a tablespoon, and then I'll taste it, and we'll add more if we need to. And then a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And I'm just going to use that spoon while I got it out. And a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. Now, I'm doing mine in my NutriBullet. You can do yours in the blender. You can mix it with a whisk, but this gives you the smoothest puree, like a butter, like a pumpkin butter. So I recommend this. So let's do this. Now mine, I can tell you, without even looking at it, that it is going to be thinner than a can because they have theirs a little bit more solid. They call it solid pack. Well, I don't know. That looks pretty good. Let me taste it for sweetness. That's pretty good. I think maybe 2 tablespoons. So let's whirl that back up. Pretty good like it is though, but I would like it a little touch sweeter. Now, I already moved this. So let me move it back. Okay. Now let me get something to put this in. I think I'll put it in my. I might want my funnel. This is just a spaghetti jar. Spaghetti sauce jar, I guess I should say. See if we can get this out of here. Look how smooth that is. Gosh, that's going to be good. Now this I serve on toast. Toasted English muffins. You can put some chopped pecans on top of it. You can put some pumpkin seeds on top of it. You can even put some granola on top of it. Anything like that if you want to give it a little crunch. You can leave it like it is. I think I might add some to my bagel. After I add my cream cheese, add a little bit of this to it. I think that'll be good. But I hadn't made this in so long. And it just came across my mind. And I need to use up my pumpkin. So there is our pumpkin spice puree. And our chicken will probably be just about done. We're now going to remove our chicken. Don't worry about that cream cheese up there. It is fine. It is fine. Just, come on. Take your chicken out and put it in whatever you want to. Looky there. When I took my chicken out of the Ziploc bag, the little slider popped off. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I saw that floating there. So let's go over here and shred it. In case you didn't know you could do it like this, you can do it with, let me chop that up a little bit, make it a little bit easier. Use your electric mixer. Okay, that is good enough for me. Now let's go back over there and finish the sauce. All right, let's mix our cream cheese with a whisk. Let me cancel this and put it on saute. I think that'll help. Now we just need 2 ounces or a half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. And we are just going to blend this with a whisk until it is nice and smooth sauce. Okay, I think that's smooth enough, even with those little giblets of cream cheese. I think that is fine. Okay, now we're going to put our chicken back in. Stir it around. I can turn the pot off. There is our Instant Pot cracked chicken, and we'll go over here and dish it out, and I'll show you how you garnish it. I've got to chop some green onions, but I'm not going to show you that. You know how to chop green onions. Here's the casserole fresh out of the oven. Looks delicious. We're going to let it cool off a little bit before we dish it out. Child, I was filming and talking and wasn't even recording. Whew, my goodness. I got my cracked chicken on the bottom, 4 servings. Topped it with my crunchy bacon. And now I'm topping it with green onions. And what I was telling you was you can leave these toppings until after you heat it. And I just reheat it in the microwave. But I was saying I will forget that I have them, and then I'll just heat the chicken and then be like, wasn't there something else supposed to go on this chicken? And I forget, and it don't bother me if these onions are heated. So anyway, there's our Instant Pot cracked chicken. Now let's scoop out our breakfast. I can't remember if we get 4 or 5 servings. If we get 5, I'm going to eat some for breakfast. I don't think it is. I think it's going to be 4. And that'll be all I can eat for sure. Good protein. And of course, I'll have all these numbers of things on the screen. All right, let us see what we did today. All right, for breakfast we have our scrambled eggs casserole, this time made with sausage, and it's a delicious casserole. If you like breakfast casseroles, I suggest you try this one. And then for lunch, we have our Instant Pot cracked chicken. And honestly, I don't know how to tell you to make it if it's not the Instant Pot. And I don't want to tell you how I think I would make it and then it mess you up. So you can convert it to the oven or stovetop if you think you can. So anyway, there that is. I'm excited to eat it. I'm excited to eat both of these. Then I'm excited for this, our pumpkin spice puree for your English muffins, toast, whatever. So there you have it. There is our prep this week. I think it's going to be a very good week and going to help me tremendously. So if you're prepping something, I hope you're prepping something good. Hope you enjoyed this video.